So Waylon's doing a good job of defending. I think one low kick landed, and that's just the way it's going to be. So this time, instead of showing you a technique or a move or a strategy, we're gonna actually show you a drill, and it's about building up confidence in your defense. So when we talk about defense, there's a lot to that. There's blocking, there's footwork, there's strike evasions, like moving things out of the way. There's using your own offense as defense. So you just sit there and someone fires shots on you and you do some blocking. All right, so I'm gonna have these two guys demonstrate the drill, and I've set this up on a 30-second work around 5-second transition. So 5 seconds is just so you can kind of shake it out and then the other person gets going. They will do 1 round each, and I've said they gotta be fit enough, so hopefully they're fit enough. And I'll talk if I see there's anything I need to say, but for the most part, I just want you to see what it looks like. And we'll get to that. You guys ready to go? Let's have Ethan hitting first. So Waylon's doing a good job of defending. I think one low kick landed, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Did he overreact to that other low kick? Should he have kept his hands up? We're trying to find these things out. We're also, like I said, just building trust. Okay, if someone goes crazy on me, I'm pretty effectively blocking. One of the things that's important is that when we're doing this style of defense, he's all D'd up here. He's got his hands nice and high. He's got his elbows close to his body. He's not leaning forward. He's got his chin tucked and his shoulders forward. Positioning is crucial. You can't be like this and not even that bad. Let's say he's like, it almost looks right. But right now with his back in this position, it's just really easy to push him off of his posture, okay? So when he puts that hunch in his body and puts his arms up, there's a lot more robustness to his position. So another important aspect of this drill is understanding who you're working with. So we have a variety of partners in any gym, and some people are newer, some people are more experienced, some people are more accustomed to getting hit, some people are less accustomed to getting hit. So if the idea of this is to build trust in your guard, last thing we want to do is build mistrust in our training partners by hitting them harder than they're ready to absorb. This should be a progressive thing. So as we're hitting, Waylon being the brand new guy and me being a complete dick, I just start wailing on him, and Waylon should say,
lighter, please.
Please go lighter. And unless you're kind of a dick, you will just go lighter after that. You need to observe the comfort level of the people you're working with. With what we just said about being a good training partner and listening to the comfort level of the person you're working with, is you gotta hit hard enough to build trust in your guard. So that starts like this. And I'll have gloves on and we'll do the drill for real, but I'm just going really light. And now he's like, okay, I'm comfortable with those gloves coming at me, but there was no impact. Take it to the point where you're like, this is a little tiny bit scary. And then when you build comfort with a little tiny bit scary, then you can do it a little bit harder. And it'll still be just a tiny bit scary, but it's because you took your time to build up. But by all means, you have to actually get hit hard enough so that at some point when you're doing this drill, you'll be able to say to yourself, okay, in a fight, if someone tries to hit me hard, my block will actually deflect that power rather than just let it go right through and hurt me anyways. When you're doing this, don't turn it into like a 1, 2, boom, boom, a steady state. Because that's not what will happen, and no one will maintain that for a minute in a fight. It's not how they work. So vary up your rhythm a little bit. You can do a little bit of steady state, but that is I'm just firing things out at a little bit of different pace, sometimes an individual shot, sometimes a 2-shot combo, sometimes I'll give them a good 10 seconds, and that'll give them that ability to not just catch a certain tempo of shots and to actually have to maintain a bit of a tension through that nice tight guard that they're using. You have to vary up the timing for it to be the most effective. Payback. Good. Good, good. Why don't you guys throw a little circling in there? You can move a little bit. Now they're not using footwork to get out of the way, but they're just changing angles as happens in fights. Good. You can do that in a variety of different timing sequences depending on like what energy system you're trying to train for cardio. But for the most part, I think you want to keep it to shorter bursts so that the quality of the strikes coming at you stays high. Trust your guard.